give Alabama A&M credit. I thought start the game in the first maybe 8-10 minutes we did a lot of good things, and they went to the zone and we attacked it pretty well early, and they just kind of grinded it out a little bit in that, and we missed some shots and turned the ball over. We had 11 turnovers in the first half, but we did some good things. Obviously, a couple positives. We didn't lose our poise. Games are going to be tough. We're just kind of a work in progress when it comes to stuff. But, give them credit. That zone, impacted us early. I thought in the second half we made an adjustment to get the ball inside more. Our post guys did some good things, but we had 9 turnovers in the second half. So we score 80 points and have 20 turnovers. That's 20 empty possessions where you don't get a shot. So it's just, as I said, some passes were right there. We just didn't complete. Got the ball around the basket, had some turnovers with some travels around the basket. But, defensively we got to do a little better job. They shot 42.3. You got 10 offensive rebounds. So some good things and some things obviously over the next 6 days we got to really improve on and get better. But this is a team that will hopefully continually get better. So some positives and some negatives, which in the first game with a bunch of new guys out there is kind of to be expected.
Coach, you guys were trailing at halftime in points in the paint, but that changed dramatically in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
What keyed that?
We just said we went to a different kind of a different zone offense where we kept the 2 big guys down low and we just were going to pound it inside, either straight post feed or on that backside. We got a couple of those. Mayan got the dunk on the one, which also gives the perimeter guys a little more area to drive the ball. And we did that against the zone pretty good in the second half. David had some good ones. Xavier had a couple good ones. It's a little, at times, trying to do too much, and at times being a little tentative. And you always see it early in some early games. You just don't work against the zone as much in practice. We don't play a lot of zone. 7 new guys playing tonight that haven't played against the zone live in a game in a long time. So, but I thought the positive with everything was there was no real panic. We didn't lose our poise. We didn't get out of sorts. We didn't start launching up a bunch of threes, which sometimes you see when a team goes to a zone. Again, we had 20 assists on 30 baskets, so we do share the ball pretty well. So it was just we knew we had to attack some gaps in the zone and get the ball into the post guys.
Well, Quincy was obviously pretty impressive with those assists. He had 10 of them by himself. What did you see from his distribution that was impressive?
Well, you can see flashes. He needs to be more consistent. In terms of taking care of the ball too. But he's a spark plug for us. 4 steals. I saw glimpses of how good we could be with our full court pressure, but we can't gamble. And it's that's what we're fighting on both offense and defense. There's a fine line. We want to pressure and put the heat on defensively, but we can't gamble and get out of position and play for the home run. We got to get singles and doubles. And it's the same thing offensively. We got to be able to execute our stuff, but within that execution is the freedom to make plays. And that's when you have a good team. And we're just not there yet.
Alabama, they take a 41-40 lead. You guys respond with 5 quick points. How important was that for you to see that you guys will respond when things aren't going?
Yeah, I thought again there was a couple. We had the technical fouls, the scrum in the middle, the other. I thought our guys responded to some adverse situations pretty well tonight, which is good because the only way to get better in those situations is to go through them. It's not always great for the coach and the gray hair, but at the same time, it's something that's important for the team. And we've never, as a collective unit, been through any tough times. You know what I mean? And for them to take the lead and for us to, go back and just we need to be disciplined to our system and style every possession, both offensively and defensively. It's going to be a key to not only being successful, but really, to be honest with you, it's a key to our everyday progress as well.
Coach, what was the explanation you got for Kerr's second technical foul?
And taunting. So I got to look at it on film, But I mean, it's a challenge for these young guys because every time they watch TV, block shot guys, Dikembe Mutombo is famous for it. He makes commercials because of it. But so I want our guys passionate. I want our guys playing with great energy and enthusiasm. But we're not in a position to be doing any of that stuff right now. You know what I mean? And it's a lesson. We lost. I mean, we got to learn those lessons. He's never played in a significant game where now all of a sudden he's playing good and he's helping us. You know what I mean? And he just got a little bit overly emotional on it. I didn't see it, so I can't really talk too much about it. But again, that wasn't the right response. And that's one of the big things we talk about. We need to have a disciplined response to any situation that comes up in the game. And, he'll learn from that. As will everybody, because everybody's got to learn from that. Because Xavier got a technical in the scrum, too. You know what I mean? So I didn't know what he did, but, either.
Coach, I think there was a lot of jumpers taken in the first half. You went a little cold going into the halftime. There was a 10-minute stretch there from minute 12 to minute 2 where you had 10 consecutive baskets on layups or dunks. What did you talk to your team at halftime about going inside one?
We kind of flipped it around. So what were we? We were 4 of 10 from the 3 in the first half. So 10 out of the 26 shots. Some of those, I bet most of those threes were against the zone because early we got some shots inside. TJ made the first 2, but it was, sometimes you have to flip the offense where they don't have an option other than to get it inside. Sometimes if you give them the option in the zone, guys will just stand around the three-point line and shoot it, But we're not going to be good offensively if our post guys don't touch the ball. Now, there were some passes that we didn't execute properly. We would have had a lot more points in the paint. We ended up with 38. Probably could have had 50. And as I said, 80. We score 80. With the 20 turnovers. So, we had 2 baskets taken away for travels in the post. We had a couple over the top passes that if we execute well, we score on. So just against the zone, you want to go under, below, and behind the zone. You can't just play on top of it. And you do that by hitting the elbows, you do it by hitting the short corner, and you do that by jamming it in the post. And in the second half, we did a much better job in all 3 of those areas.
Anything else for Coach?
All good?